Daniel and the Lions. Long ago in the kingdom of Babylon, there lived a man named Daniel. He loved God with all his heart and prayed 3 times a day. Daniel was wise and kind, and the king trusted him more than all the other rulers. Because Daniel was faithful, king planned to make him leader over the whole kingdom, but some jealous officials frowned. They didn't like Daniel's faith or the king's favor, and they secretly planned a way to harm him. The officials whispered together, plotting, "We must trap Daniel. But he never does wrong. The only way is through his God." They hurried to the king with a sneaky plan. "O king, make a law that everyone must pray only to you for 30 days. If anyone prays to another god, throw him into the lion's den." The king, not realizing their trick, signed the law. The officials smiled, certain Daniel would be caught. When Daniel heard about the law, he didn't stop praying. He went to his upstairs room, opened his windows toward Jerusalem, and knelt as always. "Dear Lord, you are my God. I will trust you forever," he prayed. The jealous officials crept beneath the window. They watched, smirking, as Daniel prayed. "Now we have him," they whispered, rushing away to tell the king what they had seen. The officials hurried to the palace. "O king," they said, "Daniel is not obeying your command. He still prays to his God 3 times a day." The king's smile faded. He liked Daniel and didn't want him harmed. But the law of the Medes and Persians could not be changed. Sadly, the king ordered Daniel to be brought before him. Daniel stood calmly, knowing God was with him, even in trouble. King Darius tried all day to find a way to save Daniel, but the officials reminded him, the law cannot be changed. At sunset, the king had no choice. He ordered Daniel to be thrown into the lion's den. With a heavy heart the king said, "May your God, whom you serve so faithfully, rescue you." Daniel nodded, trusting God completely. Guards led him toward the dark den, filled with hungry lions. The guards opened the heavy stone door of the lion's den. Daniel walked inside calmly. The lions growled and prowled, their eyes glowing in the dim light. The door was closed, and a huge stone was rolled across the entrance. The king sealed it with his royal stamp. Then he returned to his palace, too sad to eat or sleep. He spent the night worrying and hoping Daniel's God would save him. In the darkness of the den, Daniel prayed, their sharp teeth hidden. Daniel felt peace as the angel spread out his glowing hand. "Do not fear," the angel said. "God has sent me to shut the lions' mouths." All night long, Daniel rested safely among the lions. At sunrise, King Darius rushed to the lion's den. He called out with a trembling voice, "Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God been able to rescue you from the lions?" Everyone held their breath, waiting for an answer. Suddenly, Daniel's strong voice came from inside the den. "My God sent his angel, and the lions have not hurt me." The guards rolled away the heavy stone. Daniel stepped out without a single scratch. Everyone gasped in amazement. King Darius shouted with joy, "Daniel's God has saved him." The jealous officials were shocked and ashamed. They realized nothing could harm Daniel because God's power was greater than kings, laws, or even hungry lions. The king ordered the jealous officials who had plotted against Daniel to be punished. They were thrown into the lion's den, and this time the lions attacked fiercely. The people saw that the tricksters could not escape their own trap. Everyone understood that Daniel's God was the true and living God, powerful to save and protect his faithful servants. King Darius wrote a new decree. "In every part of my kingdom, people must respect and honor the God of Daniel. For he is the living God, and his kingdom will never end. He saves and performs wonders." From that day, the people honored God, amazed at how he had protected his faithful servant Daniel from the lions. Daniel's story teaches us that God is always with us. When we trust him, he gives us courage, even in the scariest situations. Like Daniel, we can pray every day, no matter what. God hears us, protects us, and shows his power in wonderful ways. We can always be brave, knowing the Lord is by our side.